In 1977, in the quiet suburban town of Enfield, London, a nightmare began. A single mother, Peggy Hodgson, and her 4 children lived in a modest council house at 284 Green Street. But something unnatural lurked within its walls. It started with strange noises. Then furniture moved on its own, and soon something far more sinister made its presence known. The Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most chilling paranormal cases in history, and to this day its horrors remain unexplained. It started small. On the night of August 30th, 1977, Janet, the 11-year-old daughter, complained that her bed was shaking. Peggy dismissed it as a nightmare. But the next night, loud knocking echoed through the walls. Furniture scraped across the floor by itself. The family watched in horror as a heavy chest of drawers slid across the room, blocking the door. Even as Peggy tried to push it back, it wouldn't budge, almost as if something invisible was holding it in place. Soon, the disturbances became relentless. Objects flew across the room. Chairs toppled over. The children screamed as their blankets were yanked off in the dead of night. And then, the voices started. A deep, raspy growl echoed through the house, speaking in a language none of them understood. But the worst was yet to come. One night, Peggy ran into Janet's room and found her levitating, her body lifted off the bed by an unseen force. The girl's eyes were wide with terror, her screams muffled by an invisible grip. Terrified and desperate, Peggy contacted the police. When officers arrived, they were skeptical until they witnessed a chair slide across the floor on its own. A chilling draft filled the room, though no windows were open. The case quickly gained media attention, and paranormal investigators Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair arrived, determined to uncover the truth. But they weren't prepared for what they would experience. Then came the voice, from Janet herself, a deep guttural sound, not her own. She spoke of death, of pain, in a voice that sounded like that of an old man. The entity identified itself as Bill Wilkins, claiming he had died in the house years before. The investigators recorded Janet speaking in the voice for hours. Sometimes she spoke in 2 voices at once, as if possessed by multiple spirits. Doctors ruled out ventriloquism. This was something else, something unnatural. As the case gained worldwide attention, famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren arrived. Lorraine, a clairvoyant, immediately sensed a powerful, malevolent presence. "This is not a ghost," she warned. "It is something much worse." The Warrens believed the entity had latched onto Janet, feeding on her fear. But no matter what they tried, it refused to leave. By 1979, the disturbances began to fade. Janet claimed the entity had finally left. But years later, she admitted, it never truly went away. She continued to feel a presence watching her, whispering in the dark. Many believe the Enfield Poltergeist was real, while skeptics call it a hoax. But one thing is certain. Whatever lurked in that house left a permanent mark on those who lived there. The Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most documented hauntings in history. Was it real? Or was it all an elaborate trick? The evidence is chilling, and the truth may never be known. If you dare to uncover more terrifying real-life horror stories, subscribe and stay tuned. But be warned, some mysteries refuse to stay buried.